All right, what's going on, guys? I'm going to keep this video nice and short. I wanted to make this video on the very first of the year. Of course, knowing me, that didn't happen. This might not be the most exciting video, but this is going to be more for my own record to go back and look at the end of the year. But I want to try to put a little more effort into YouTube this year, even though it's just a hobby for me. It's something to have fun and share with you guys. I do want to try to push myself a little bit. So I actually came up with goals for the year. This is what I kind of want to do on YouTube. If you enjoy my channel, hopefully this is what I'm going to come out with. Stick most of this. Anyways, here's what I want to do. The last video, or the first video I did of this year, is show off my PlayStation 2 collection. I'm at 373 games. So originally I was thinking in my head, a nice round number is 100 games for the PlayStation 2 to collect over the year. But since I'm at 373, I figure that's so close to getting up to 500. So that's my new goal. So I want to collect 127 PlayStation 2 games this year. That, depending on who you are, I feel like that either sounds like a lot of games or not at all a lot of games. The way I'm looking at it, even if they're, $3 a piece, that's still over $300 just for PlayStation 2. And a couple of the games that I'm actually going to actively search out this year are closer. There's like 3 of them I know that are closer to the $100 mark. So it's still going to end up being quite an investment. So I feel like 127 is a strong goal. I spend a lot of time hunting for video games. My wife says I'm obsessed. So I think I could do it. I just got to keep plugging away. So PlayStation 2, 127 games is what I want to get. If you watch my unboxing videos that I do every month, I usually just pick up 1, sometimes 2 if I find a really good deal. So that I'm just continuing that straight through the year. Just 1 new Sega Genesis game each month. Sega Genesis is one of those systems that I always try to get my kids to play with me, and they're so busy with the Fortnite and the Apex Legends, all that I usually play Sega Genesis like once a month when I'm feeling nostalgic. I put a game in, so I love it, but I don't have a ton of time to spend on it. So 1 game a month is more than enough for me to build a collection. So there's that. On top of that, last year, thinking back and looking at what I did, I bought a ton of video games. If you look at my collection, I did a video every month, all the games I picked up. I picked up a ton of them, but I kept absolutely no record whatsoever. After I did the video, I put them on the shelf. I also don't save my videos. I do this stuff on my phone most of the time, so I don't have a backup on my computer or anything. So I didn't keep any record. So this year I want to keep a record just to kind of look back at the end of the year, like, hey, this is how many games I actually picked up in total for each system, like kind of roughly what the cost was, just to kind of do a year in review. So I'm going to try to do a better job of keeping track of that. So this is going to probably be the hardest challenge for me. Is I didn't beat a lot of video games last year. In fact, like if you're talking like big games, I only beat 2. And I do have a review coming out soon for the second one that I just beat in December. It was Soul Hackers 2. So I will do a review for that. But my goal this year is I really want to try to beat more video games. So also all the guys in my Discord can stop giving me such a hard time about it. So my goal is to beat 1 video game a month. I have like roughly the first 6 months planned out. It might change depending on what games come out during this time. Persona 4 Golden halfway through February is that's a huge time sink, and I am playing that right away. I hope it gets a physical, but I will be buying that digital the day 1 and starting to play it. I might even stream that one a few times just because I love the Persona games so much. And then obviously the big sequel to Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, coming out this year is that's so many hours I put into Breath of the Wild. So if it is as good as that game, I will be putting a ton of hours in. So I have about 6 months planned out, but my goal is 1 game a month. I want to actually finish the game, get to the end screen. That's my goal, is 1 game a month. And then this one, I don't know how much I want to stick to this, but this is kind of a more loose goal, is to come out with 4 videos a month. I'm pretty good at doing 1 or 2 for a small channel like this. I feel like that's fine. I always get positive feedback from people that enjoy the channel. But, I figure I want to try to do a little more. I've done a couple commentary videos, and they haven't done well at all, like 20 views, which is totally fine for anyone that enjoys them. But I have a hard time, doing those are the hardest videos for me to do, because in my head, I'm like, who cares about my opinion? but I have a lot to say, so I think I'm going to try to do more of those, along with, you know, if I can actually beat some video games, do more game review videos. You know, I'll always do the pickup videos. And you know, hopefully I have a few more fun things planned. My son keeps talking about wanting to do the channel and like ideas he has. And then when I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a video, he's like, well, I'm busy playing this and this. He's actually super into Ori right now. So yeah, he always says he wants to do it and then he doesn't show up. But I do want to try to do more, branch out a little bit, do a different couple kind of videos. Obviously, all still like video game related content. I don't have any plans on changing that. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then this last one is not really something I can control, except that I think I can a little bit if I do all these things I've already said. And that's, I've had this channel now for about 2 years. I think it's been 2 years. And like around 375 subs, which is amazing. Thank you guys so much if you are subbed. But I really want to push it. I want to get to 500. 500 is my goal for this year. You know, I watch a lot of other channels, video game channels that have started after mine, and I subbed when they've had like 20 people subbed, and then I go back and they've got like 800. I'm like, oh man, what are they doing that I'm not doing? So I'm going to try to work on that. I think that's, you know, they do come out with a lot of content, which is awesome, and I appreciate that from them. But I want to try to get to 500. And you know, if you do watch my channel, I would appreciate it if you did sub, if you enjoyed it all. But really, I do know it's more on me. I got to make good content that people enjoy watching, and hopefully that'll lead to you know, getting to 500 people this year. So anyways, guys, those are my goals. I'm going to try very hard to make this happen, to, you know, make more content, put myself out there, play video games, spend time doing all that. So hopefully you'll be along for the journey. I appreciate you guys so much. Have a good New Year's.